I want y'all to really look at that, because Big Moochie Grape not just gonna come out and say Straight Drop played a role in it and Straight Drop ain't play no role in it. If y'all really rocking with Young Dolph, man, let me know. Like, at the end of the day, you can't sugarcoat it. It's out there. Everybody who played a role in this then was the main people who real life land low key. These the same people ran under tents anytime they on airways, because they don't want nobody to notice that's them. I want y'all to really look at this, man, because Key Glock, he looking at this like man, Blac Youngsta was the main one. He was getting into it, but you gotta understand, they was real life getting down on them. They was taking Big Moochie Grape chains. They was real life. They was riding behind Key Glock every time he pull out in the yellow. You feel me? Like, I want y'all to really look at what's going on, man, because people ain't gonna take heed to this. You have to take heed to this and really understand that this is a revolving door, and we got to open our eyes to the fact of what's really going on. We can't just look at what we see. We got to look beyond that, man, because from what they saying, the examiner's reports are stating Big Jook was the main one who told Govan he need to basically run over to the Bentley before, you feel me, just to confirm that he gone. You feel me? Soon as he did that, he instantly took right off. I want y'all to understand, the person who was driving that Mercedes, that was the main one. That was the main one, man. I know a lot of people gonna sit back and say, okay, Young Dolph didn't have on a jacket, but he was in Makitas with all this jewelry on. Man, it's wintertime. It's cold outside, man. He ain't just hop out the car with no coat on with the bag and just ran up in there and then this happened. No, he usually have his mink or chinchilla on. I want y'all to understand what's going on, man. He got the Louis V chinchilla, man. This Louis V chinchilla costs too much money, man. Like, it costs over 10 bands. I want y'all to really look at it, man. And it's strictly for the wintertime.
Once they found out that Dolph went to that cookie shop the first time, that's when they're like, oh, wait, doesn't that Makita's Raven girl work there? And she actually knows Key Glock and used to go to school with him. So that's when they were able to finesse and be like, okay, if we know that Dolph comes to the shop, then let's go ahead and get closer to Raven, and then next time he comes up in there, that's when they're gonna run the play. So they really try to befriend them, pull up to the cookie shop. They told them every time that Dolph comes there, make sure you pull your camera out, record him, make sure you get the secret truck that he drives, because not a lot of people knew that Dolph drove that white truck, that low-key white truck. And then Makita's pulled out the camera and sent that to Gotti, because that's what was really going on, was that they were recording so that they could send that to the CMG bosses like Gotti and Big Jook to verify what type of car Dolph was in when he was being low key. And ever since that day, they followed Dolph's white truck since that time, because while he was doing the promo in front of the cookie shop and Raven was there in front of the phone trying to prevent him to leave, if you look on the left side of the parking lot, that's when you see that there's a dude already waiting in a car that ended up following Dolph once he left that. And so that entire whole couple months, they knew exactly where Dolph's white truck went to. So they found the secret mansion that he pops out of, because it got underground parking, and the car just pops up on the street. That's what they found when they were following him, and they parked on the side of the road, made it look like they was doing like newspaper routes and things like that. And then he didn't notice it. And then that's when they started following him to the cookie shop. Remember, they said that you could smell the cookies right off of the highway. And so they said Dolph pulled off of the interstate and went right to the cookie shop. Well, they could have been following him from when he got out of the parking garage all the way onto the interstate and to the Makita's Cookies, because they had to have known when he was coming, because he was probably texting or calling them to let them know that he was coming to do the music video. And that's when Key Glock and everybody was supposed to be pulling up. But for some reason, Key Glock didn't pull up. And Snoop Bands didn't answer his phone. And all the people basically just left Dolph hanging. And it's like, how is it that you can't answer to the phone for the person who's paying you millions of dollars, or you supposed to do a music video so you can go and make millions of dollars, but the boss is calling you ready to go to the spot and you don't answer, and then he ends up getting hit up there. Super, super weird. That's why you know that this whole thing is a whole something else to it, because it's no coincidence that just randomly happens. Like the people in there already knows he's coming, and they work with the other side. So anytime you got people working with the other side, and they know you and you trust them, or they trust you, or they try to get you to come, it could be a setup waiting to happen at any time, man. Because how do you know that they don't tell the other side that you here and tell them to pull up and slide on you while you still there waiting on your phone, thinking nothing, you just swiping through, and then all of a sudden, blah, 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 all this stuff start happening, and the windows start shattering and everything. And so that's what's going on, man. Y'all got to pay attention to the fact that everybody kind of knew that he was coming. And so they quickly set him up and told the dudes who was following him to make that move and call the other guys to come and have them pull out, because they had the Drake and everything ready to go. Remember, they put 100K on his head, but they tried to say it was 40. It was 100K, but they tried to say it was 40. So that's that's going on, because they hiding that. They took that other 60K and probably split it with the people who told him to pull up to the location, or had him stalled him or whatever. Because remember, they told him that they had to make the cookies fresh, and it really don't take.
I want y'all to really look at this, because why would you call your daughter when you know for a fact your daughter don't even run the store? If you and Pamela Hill is the main people who's supposed to be keeping everything in line and standing on top of business, y'all wouldn't be communicating with CMG or Big Juke, because y'all would be focused on the cookie shop. I want everybody to know, like, it's getting hectic now. It's at a whole nother point where Big Juke, he looking at all this like, man, I wish I wouldn't have never even did this, because Govan, he ready to fold, man. You already know. Straight Drop is in there. He going through something right now, man. He trying to grow his hair and everything. He really trying to get dreads now. I want y'all to really look at what's going on, because he know he finna get out. This is something that we all can really take heed to, but a lot of people gonna really look over the fact of what's really going on, all due to basically Straight Drop still locked up, Govan still locked up, Shondell Burnett was caught with Straight Drop. Like, at the end of the day, I want y'all to really look at what's going on, man. Hey man, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you rockin' with PRE, throw the PREs down in the comment section. If you rockin' with CMG, throw the CMGs. You can't pick a side at this point. I want to let everybody know that this is heating up, because everybody who played like they chess move up in this, man, we all know for a fact that these the same people who Dolph trusted. And I want to let y'all know, from what the Examiner reports is saying, man, they just said that Maurice, he was the main one that went in there and changed his clothes. Am I right or am I wrong? This is why I always tell y'all, you have to go back and look at the evidence that was presented at the beginning before you even try to speculate on the evidence that's presented now. It's a whole almost year later. I want y'all to understand what's going on, man. Like, at the end of the day, we know for a fact that young Dolph didn't have on a coat, and it was the winter time. Like, I want everybody to know, it was November 17th. It was cold outside. It was almost Thanksgiving, man. People don't sit back and look at that. How long was he in that shop? I want y'all to let me know how long y'all think he was in that shop. Because from what everybody is saying in Memphis, in Atlanta, they saying that young Dolph, he was in there for a minute. That's why he ain't have on no coat. His coat was still on the chair. I want y'all to look at what's going on. And Big Moochie Grape said the only reason why he went there is because he didn't want to be involved in the transaction that was going on between Makeda's, Maurice Hill, and young Dolph, man. You gotta understand, that's why Key Glock fell back, man. And I want everybody to look at what they saying. They coming out and saying that this is, like, this was a setup, man. And I know a lot of people gonna say, I already knew it was a setup. Okay, that's cool. That's your opinion. Hey, I want to let y'all know, man, hit the like button if you rocking with the channel, man. Some people use it when the winter finna break, like when it's like spring. I want y'all to really look at what's going on, man, because you got to really open your eyes to the fact that these the same people who sat back there and watched Dolph lay right there. Dolph was laying right there for a minute, man. And the people were standing out there trying to get close with their phones. They couldn't even get correct footage, man, because the people told them stand back, because they already knew who played a role in it, man. They shot right over there to Yo Gotti, the Privé. They shot over there, man, because Yo Gotti was in Privé, man. You got to understand, the getaway drivers, man, them was the main ones who followed Big J to the shop, man. They didn't pull it through the parking lot in the front. They didn't want to make themselves look suspicious, man. They pulled around the back, man. Let them out, man. I'm just letting y'all know, man, what's really going on, man. At the end of the day, we got to open our eyes to the fact that they think this a game. They think it's sweet when it's really not, man. I know a lot of people sit back there. Y'all in the street. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know that y'all don't want nobody real live coming at y'all sideways or putting y'all in no predicament that y'all can't get up out of. Y'all know this, man. At the end of the day, man, who you rocking with? Mia J got too many people behind her and she got too much money. Like at the end of the day, they really, boy, them people scared, boy, because you think she ain't doing nothing behind the scenes, man. From what Key Glock told everybody in Memphis, man, he told them Mia J already got this handled.